Today I'd like to talk about a few things that are going to be very important for you in order to get rid of the slice, especially with your driver. I won't be able to talk about each and every slice factor that also might contribute to your slice, but I'm very sure the things I have to say are going to be helpful for you at one point or the other in your career anyhow. First of all, try to achieve a 30-degree angle between your forearm and the back of your left hand and no angle between the forearm and the back of your right hand. Now the left hand is a little bit more tricky. Put your golf club into your fingers at first and afterwards put the heel of your hand on top of the club and from your perspective rather towards the right. Now, if your grip is slightly on the stronger side, that's probably not going to hurt you. I would say 90% of slicers, they have a position in their downswing when the club is about parallel to the ground, where the hands are in front of that ideal plane and the club head is even more in front of that ideal plane. Now what happens from there? The club head is going to swing towards the left, and if the club face is decent, meaning pointing towards the target, it is open to that swing path, which will result in a slice. So what to do? The answer is come more from the inside. But the interesting thing is, when I track the club head throughout the slicer's swing, I very often see something like a circular motion, like a clockwise loop motion. So there's like a circle, and if I ask the slicers, well, how does it feel? How does your golf swing feel? They say, well, it feels natural. It feels like good, great, normal. But their feeling, which is straight, results in something like this. So there's like a circle. Your golf swing might look like that as well. So you're going to have to consider turning this movement around, meaning you're going to have to do like a circular motion the other way around. If there's a word like that, you have to underswing your takeaway. Ideally, if I stop at this height, the club head should be far behind the hands, meaning that the right hand is more behind and there's behind over there, behind the left hand. Now I don't mean something like holding the angle or lag, which is not going to be good for a slicer especially, but what I mean is the club being in a very shallow position here. Now you might think if I'm showing this guy is crazy, he's exaggerating, but that's the point. You're going to have to exaggerate. Ideally, you come into this position and have the back of your left hand point rather towards the ground. And that's going to be important to close the club face. In case you try this and you see that your ball is starting towards the right, but it's staying towards the right or even turning more towards the right, that's going to be very important to do this, to close the club face. And from this position, it's going to be very unlikely that you're still going to hit slices. Instead, you're probably even going to hit draws. Why do I want you to hit draws? Not because a draw is such a nice shot. It is a very nice shot, especially with the driver and especially for a slicer, but old habits die hard. That's the reason. Now, in order to explain that, I built a little ball flight modulator, like a knob. Now, at the moment, it's pointing towards slice. If I turn it towards straight and let go, you're going to see it's going to turn back towards the slice. And the trick is to go more towards draw. And if I then let go, you're going to see that it's going to end at straight, which is where we all want to be, right? Hitting straight shots. So the point is you're going to have to exaggerate. So this is going to have to feel extreme. You're going to have a very different feeling to your normal swing in order to get a very different ball flight. A draw would be ideal, at least on the driving range. Hooks are not that bad. Sometimes that knob turns back towards slice, even if it was turned towards draw, so you have to exaggerate even more. That's what I often do in my lessons. I have the slicers hit at least a few hooks because I know the next day they're going to slice again anyway. And At the latest on the golf course, you're going to fall back into old routines, so try to exaggerate. Don't be shy there. If there's a few hooks even on the course, probably not going to be a bad idea to have that, because your brain is always going to want to come back to that normal feeling, and that's why you have to do this strange motion. It's going to have to feel very extreme, very different than before. A few times, like maybe 1,000 times, it's going to have to feel very strange, and then slowly this is going to become a normal, natural manner of yours. And that's the point where you want to be at. You want to get rid of that slice relatively quickly, so hooks and draws are really good for you. My name is Moritz Rossa, that was From Slice to Draw.